My name's Kyle Metzger, and this summer I did an internship with Mortenson Construction on the South Plains Wind Project as a field engineer intern. We were in Floydada, Texas, which is a little northeast of Lubbock, Texas. One of my responsibilities was the pre-pour inspection, which I had to do before we poured every foundation, check the rebar and the forms to make sure they all look good before we cover it up with concrete. Another one of my responsibilities was the form removal inspection. After we stripped the forms off, after we poured the foundation, I had to go check and make sure the concrete all looked good and that there was no cracking or damage on the concrete. And if there was, we had to patch it with silicone or grout before we could cover it up with dirt. Another one of my responsibilities was the 10% checks. In every tower, at every connection, we had to check 10% of the bolts to make sure they were torqued properly.
Okay, so the most interesting thing I did on my internship is climbing to the top of the tower, because you gotta get some pictures of some bolts and other things, and you gotta get some serial numbers. So yeah, definitely the coolest part of the project is climbing the towers. Alright, so skills I learned on this internship, a lot of technical skills just relating to these specific foundations and these specific wind turbines. I gained a lot of skills in customer relations, just dealing with the owners day in and day out and coordinating with them. I learned personnel management skills, coordinating with the craft guys on what they need to do and where they need to be. And lastly, I learned time management skills. There's just so much stuff to do. never enough hours in the day, it seems like, so I had to prioritize and determine what was important and eventually get it all done.